Hi, Isabelle Lechave here. I want to share in this video 3 important things about the Wine Aroma Wheel that you need to know. First, why it was created. Second, how to use it. And third, the benefits to use it as you start your wine education. You're a wine lover and want to enjoy wine. Discover more about it and appreciate its diverse nuances. This quote from Ernest Hemingway summarizes how to achieve this goal. A person with increasing knowledge and sensory education may derive infinite enjoyment from wine. Yes, of course, you need to learn about wine, how it is made and how it is grown, but more importantly, you need to know how to taste it. But you've tried, and you realize it's hard to taste like the pros. It's hard to find the words to describe what you smell, taste, and feel. And often, you have the words on the tip of your nose. That's how we describe this phenomenon, when you have the words on the tip of your tongue, but you can't really describe what it is. And it's frustrating, right? Yes, it's true. The first step to wine enjoyment is being able to communicate with others your tasting experience, but also to explain to others what you like and don't like in a wine. And the Wine Aroma Wheel is the essential tool to help you develop your wine vocabulary and find your words to describe wine with more ease. Meet Dr. Anne Noble. She's the creator of the Wine Aroma Wheel. In an online article, she said, "My passion has always been how best to communicate with the naive wine consumer, as well as facilitating clear communication between wine industry professionals." Improving communication is the main function of the wheel she created. How did she do that? The Wine Aroma Wheel was created out of some challenges she faced as a researcher at UC Davis. Her colleagues and the wine professionals at the time were using very vague descriptors to describe wine aroma: harmonious, elegant, round, or balanced. You heard those terms before. But for her research, she needed precise terms to describe wines because she wanted to identify the wine aroma compounds responsible for typical varietal aroma. So she worked towards creating this tool, the Wine Aroma Wheel, with the help of her students and the American Society of Enology and Viticulture. And the goal was really to help people articulate their perceptions. The first version of the Wine Aroma Wheel was published in 1984 and then revised in 1987. You will see in a minute that using the Wine Aroma Wheel is straightforward. First, let's see what's on the Wine Aroma Wheel. You have 3 tiers, and it starts by 11 aroma categories that are in the center of the wheel, and a total of 83 descriptors on the outer circle. And most of those descriptors, most of these words, are the most common aromas that you can perceive in white and red wines. But don't believe that this list is exhaustive. No, it's not an exhaustive list. You can find and perceive other aromas that are not on this list. For example, if you look at the tree fruit category, the pear aroma is not listed, but you can perceive a pear aroma in some wines. If you perceive a pear aroma, it doesn't mean you're wrong because it's not on the wheel. It's not on the wheel because some choices had to be made and space is limited. So again, you have 3 tiers. The inner circle is about the generic categories, and the outer circle is about the specific terms. So how do you use the wheel? Use it as a guide to help you categorize what you smell from the most generic category to the most specific terms. Smell the glass of wine and try to identify the generic aroma categories you perceive. Is it more fruity, more herbaceous? Now look at the category on the wheel and check the second and third aroma tiers to determine which descriptors represents best what you perceive. In fact, the Wine Aroma Wheel helps you see possibilities of what you might be smelling. And again, it's not an exhaustive list, but a guide. The Wine Aroma Wheel is not a vain wine gadget. At least 2 research studies by Dr. Latour and her colleagues showed its efficiency. First, they showed how using the Wine Aroma Wheel helps you memorize your tasting experience, so you can learn more efficiently about wine. And second, they showed that people beginning their wine tasting journey realized how an analytical approach to wine tasting using a tool such as the Wine Aroma Wheel helped them better understand the framework and know what to look for in wine evaluation. The Wine Aroma Wheel was featured in numerous media articles or books over the years. Here are only a few examples. First, this article in the New Yorker, where Bianca Bosker wrote, "The figure most responsible for the emergence of the modern sommelier lexicon was not a swish and spit celebrity, but a professor of viticulture and enology at the University of California at Davis, named Ann Noble." Bob Campbell, a master of wine, wrote in this article, "If there was a Nobel Prize for wine, it should probably go to Ann Noble, the lady credited with the development of the Wine Aroma Wheel while at the University of California, Davis." I'm sure Anne would have been delighted to receive such an award. Another example published in the Wall Street Journal, "The Tool That Transformed Wine Tasting." The author, Letty Teague, concluded her article by saying, "I certainly think this tool would be useful for wine drinkers who haven't yet developed much of a vocabulary for describing what they find in their glass." I added the links to these different articles in the notes below. We describe wine aroma by analogy to products aroma that we know, so that other people can understand what we perceived. But what if you don't know some aromas written on the Wine Aroma Wheel? Well, you don't know what you don't know, but the best way to learn unfamiliar aromas is to work with aroma standards. These standards can be product that you are referring to in your description, maybe such as chocolate in this example. Or they could be transformed product like a vanilla extract or a chocolate sauce, or they could be a flavor composition created by a flavorist. But I included a guide for you to prepare your standards at home when you purchase the Wine Aroma Wheel. So I hope this tour of the Wine Aroma Wheel was useful for you. You learned why the Wine Aroma Wheel was created, how to use it, and the benefits of using the Wine Aroma Wheel in your wine education journey. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions. My email is on this slide, and I look forward to hearing from you. Cheers!